Hey everyone, this is Renee VSG. I am doing my week 3 update. I had my surgery on August 18th, 2014 at DePaul Hospital in Bridgeton, Missouri with my surgeon, Dr. Wheeler. This week has been very, very emotional. I used to listen to other people talk on the YouTube videos or read about them on different Facebook groups and really never thought much about it until it hit. So there's been lots of tears going on and lots of feelings that I wasn't really prepared for. My husband has been awesome through it. He just sits there and he'll hold me. Sometimes I have to tell him to hold me, but he'll hold me. And it's all been good. I have some good news for this week. I'm very excited. Let me give you a little bit of background though first. In November of 2009, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, an enlarged heart, all kinds of different things going on with my heart. I had contracted that H1N1 flu, the swine flu that was going around back at that time, at least over here in Missouri. And I was told later that any virus can attack any organ in your body and do damage to it. It doesn't have to be whichever virus. It doesn't matter. It can attack. Well, this virus attacked my lungs. And then it settled in my heart. So my heart went down to about 30%. And my lungs weren't doing very well either. So I instantly from work, I went on disability. I went from a very, very labor intensive position to not being able to do anything at all. My cardiologist said I could walk to the mailbox and back, and that was it. Well, when that happens and your body's not used to burning all those calories, then you start gaining weight. And that's what I did. I gained about 150 pounds. And that was really, really hard. That was hard on my heart. I was told my heart will never, ever get better. The only way that I'm going to help it is to lose weight. And so what do? I do the opposite. I gain weight. Because I didn't know how to go about losing weight with not being able to be active. And that was hard. That was really, really hard. So I started gaining weight, and my mobility became less and less. One thing I did refuse to do is I refused to get into one of those wheelchairs whenever we'd go to the store, because I was so afraid that I got into them, I would never get out. And I am thankful that I didn't do that, even though it hurt like crazy walking, my back, everything. It was bad. So about 18 months ago, I guess, I was introduced to the Omni Drop program, which is the drops that you put under your tongue and you eat a very low calorie diet. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I actually loved it so much that I became a distributor for the company. And I still am. I just don't do the drops right now. I did them for 3 rounds, and in those 3 rounds, I lost 95 pounds. After each round, you do what they call a reset. Well, the last round, I didn't do a reset. I was having some other medical issues and wasn't able to follow through with it, which was my own fault. And so I would gain and lose between, 20, 25 pounds. But at that point, I went back in to see my cardiologist, and he wasn't happy with some of my numbers, whether it be blood work or blood work and my liver enzymes and some things with my kidneys. And he said he really, really wanted me to consider doing the weight loss surgery. Well, both him and my primary doctor have been after me for about 4 years to do that. And finally, when he just sat and started talking to me about my heart, because I was given 5 years to live. That was back in 2009. And I don't know, I guess I kind of just gave up. And so he sat down with me and actually started talking to me about this. And so I went ahead and I called the SSM Weight Loss Clinic and set up the seminar. And I went in on July 7th, I believe it was. And I turned my paperwork in that night. I actually met the surgeon. He was the one doing the seminar. And I got a call a few days later to start setting up my appointments. The good thing with me is I was on Social Security. I still am on Social Security disability. So there wasn't any pre-approval things. They automatically pay for this. This is one of the things that they don't require approval for. So I was able to move fairly quickly through this. I needed to get a cardiac clearance, which was not a problem because my cardiologist is the one that wanted me to do this. So got all that done. Didn't have to do the sleep study because I was already on a CPAP machine. Just had to do my basic blood work and the psych eval and the meeting with the nurse and the meeting with the dietitian and with the surgeon. Got all that done. And the only thing I was waiting on was a nicotine test that they do. I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker, but they have to have that on file. And the lab lost my pee. Okay. So I had to go back in and do another one. They put a rush on that because I'm facing surgery in possibly 2 weeks. And maybe it was even less than that at that point. But anyway, they finally got that done, and they told me at that point to go ahead and start my pre-op diet because they weren't expecting any problems with the nicotine test after the second one, and I wasn't either, so it wasn't a big deal. They just had to have it on file before they could actually schedule. So they gave me a tentative date of August 20th. They got the test results back and everything, and they said, we're gonna put you in on the 18th. So even though it was 2 days, it kind of like, oh, what am I doing? I had it all set for the 20th, but it turned out okay. I went in for the 18th. The doctor told my husband, 60, 90 minutes, whatever, depending on how things go, 60 minutes for the sleeve, maybe 90 minutes if they have to do a hernia repair. But we also knew going into it, I was going to have my gallbladder out. And he said he'd do it at the same time. So he gets in there and my stomach's pushed up into my diaphragm, has to pull all that out, and then finds the hernia, repairs the hernia. In the hernia was a tumor. And like I said at my last video last week, that came back benign. So we were really thrilled over that. And then, so he took that out, sent that off for biopsy, of course. And then the hospital texted my husband because they have that texting system. They sent him text messages like every 15 minutes to let him know how I was doing, and which was really kind of cool. And they said that actually at this point they actually called him and said, because it was 2 hours into it, and they said, okay, now we're starting the sleeve. So there was a little bit extra to mine, which in turn caused a whole lot of pain. But I'd do it again. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Like I said, I had gained a lot of weight. My highest weight was 398.9, 399. That was the highest that I knew. I stopped getting on the scale at that point because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to see that number go to 400, which it probably did. I don't know. But and then I found the drop program, and I lost the 95 there and gained some of it back. And so my numbers now, because I feel like I'm just rambling, but I'm in a really good mood today, so you got to deal with my rambling. When I went into my surgeon's office for my pre-op, I weighed 322 pounds, and that was on, no. I weighed 328 pounds in my pre-op diet. And then I was sleeved on the 18th. They did weigh me, and I weighed like 215 at the hospital, but I'm not counting that weight. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I probably am. But when I got home from the hospital, I'm trying to keep everything on my scale, what I'm weighing in on my scale. When I got home, I weighed 322. I gained weight from all the liquids and everything, all the fluids that they had me on, and the swelling and all of that. And I was on half fluids because of my heart, because I have a history of congestive heart failure. But I still gained 322. And then on my first week follow-up, and this is the hospital weight, or the doctor's office weight, I weighed 313. So that was 9 pounds since I came home, and a total of 15.4 pounds since my first pre-op visit. So then today I got on the scale, and I thought I was going to cry. I honestly thought I was going to cry. I was so happy. Like I said, my highest weight was 398, 399, 400, whatever. I got on the scale today, and I weighed 298.8. I broke the 300 mark, and I haven't seen that in such a long time. I've lost 100 pounds altogether, and that makes it 23.2 pounds since my surgery, and 29.6 pounds since my first pre-op, and 100 pounds since my highest weight. And I'm a happy girl. I actually went shopping in my closet today. I was finally ready to try on some clothes, and since my surgery, I have dropped 2 sizes in pants. I wish I could get the top half to cooperate with that, but that'll come in time. I still have swelling in my stomach, abdomen area. My surgeon said that could take anywhere up to 6 weeks maybe, because there was an awful lot of trauma going on in there. And I still feel bloated, really bloated a lot of times. So I'm hoping that'll all work its way out, and I'm doing pretty good. I also feel like I'm probably one of the lucky ones, because I don't have any problems with anything that I eat. The only thing that I had problems with, and it's kind of subsided now, was cold drinks. My sleeve did not like anything cold, so it had to be room temperature. Now I put ice in my drinks, and I just sip it slowly, and I'm good. Another thing is, I cannot stand, don't tolerate, I don't even want to look at another protein shake. So I started having problems getting my protein in. I wasn't losing very well, and I went back to the Isopure. I like the grape, I like the punch, and I like the passion fruit. I think that's the one it is. Blue raspberry's not bad. I hear everybody saying, "Oh, I can't stand it. It's horrible." It doesn't faze me. It's, as long as it's cold now, I'm good. It's wet, it's cold, it's good. And I'm getting my protein in, so that's even better. I've been eating like refried beans, and I'll throw cheese in it. Or yesterday I made some chili, and I always put sour cream in my chili before, but I keep hearing people talk about Greek yogurt. I put Greek yogurt in it, like a tablespoon of Greek yogurt in it, which is really good for protein. And then I put some shredded cheese on it, mix it all in. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I don't seem to have to worry about food that's not pureed anymore. I'm not officially on that, but I haven't had any problems. I just chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. Take little bites, and I haven't had any problems with anything. I can eat eggs, I can eat chicken, no problem. So I feel very fortunate with that. The only thing is, my eyes are still much bigger than my tummy, and even if I measure it out, I can't eat that. My husband laughs at me because it's such a change from before. So, and I'll take that change, and I've got a pretty good restriction there, or whatever you want to call it, that Yeah, and I don't want to do anything to stretch that out. So as long as I can get my protein needs in and my water needs in, I'm good. And I've been working on that. My hair is kind of like doing its own thing today, and it's really, really dry. I've been conditioning it, but I think I need to even increase my water. Being a heart patient, I'm always told only 64 ounces a day, no more, and that counted everything. You know, the Jello or whatever, soups, anything counted towards that. But I'm going to talk to my cardiologist to see if I can't work with that a little bit more. But besides that, I think that's all I have for this week. I am ecstatic. 100 pounds. I'm so thrilled, and I am so thrilled to have the VSG as another tool to help me. I'm happy. So if you're watching this and you haven't decided yet, or you're thinking about it, or whatever, I didn't mean to try to scare you off with the pain. I had a lot going on. I had 3 major surgeries in one. So I would do it again in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I am so happy, and I'm taking pressure off my heart, and that's the only way my heart is going to get better. It won't actually get better. It's going to think it's better because it has to do a lot less work. So I am going to start doing my videos on Mondays, because Mondays are actually my week anniversary dates for my surgery. But I just wanted to get this one in, and oh my gosh, I'm already at almost 17 minutes, and I said I would never ever do long videos. I love listening to yours. I have no problems listening to 20, 30-minute, hour-long videos, but I just never thought I could ramble that long. Okay. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to me, please do. I do need support. I need all the help and guidance and suggestions and feedback. Anything. If you think I'm doing something I shouldn't do, because for the surgery part, tell me. I want to know. Friend me on Facebook. It's Renee VSG. I'm always looking for support, and I hope that one day I can help support someone else and help make a change in their lives. I would love to do shout outs. I can't remember everybody. There's just so many people that I follow that I am just in love with their videos, and my memory is not that great, so I'd have to actually write it down. I'd probably have a whole list full of things. So if I make comments on your videos or on your Facebook group or your Facebook pages, I'm watching you. So, okay. Anyway, that's enough. It's at 18 minutes. I'm going to say goodbye. Everybody have a great day. Have a great week. And I will see you next week. Bye.